Hey guys, this is Tiffany with the Nerdettes, and obviously I have been watching Black Mirror, and I wanted to finally, get through the series, of specifically with season 4, and I saw finally the episode Metalhead, and I remember starting it not really sure how I would like it because it's black and white, and if it weren't for how much I've loved it so far, I would have been kind of deterred by that. But I didn't know if they were going to go in like a Sin City vibe or something like that. But this episode is very post apocalyptic almost. Immediately you get that feeling. They're basically, it's a group of people and they're driving and they're talking about making someone's last days easier, more easy to get through, I guess. Someone who's dying, and they're going to this warehouse. So, I mean, my first thought was like medicine, or I get like, pain meds, antibiotics, like maybe a special food request, like chocolate, something to make their last days a little bit more bearable. So they get to this warehouse and they're sneaking around as stealthily and quietly as they can. And they find, like, they have a call number, like a specific box that they're looking for. They find it and they go get it. It's up on a higher shelf. And as they pick up the box, there's like this thing, and at first it looks like a camera, so I was freaking out thinking it was a camera, but it moves, and all of a sudden this guy that got the boss is shot, like from this thing, and like he's falling down, and then all of a sudden you see it's like a dog-like drone. It looks like some sort of like a critter, that has shot him, and it's like a drone that is robotic, and it attacks these people that have come into this warehouse. And so it ends up, this robotic dog thing kills these two men, and like this lady that was with him, she's driving off, and like they came with like two vehicles, or I'm not really sure how that works, but so she's trying to run away. This dog is chasing after the van, kills the people, takes over the van, and like ends up running her off the road. So like she somehow it's like, again, it's chasing her. She ends up getting in the car and pushing it off the cliff. She gets the dog like thing in the car. I'm sorry, I should have specified. She gets it in the car and pushes it off the cliff. Like she traps it basically. And it still is going. This thing does not die. It's like a roach, almost, in like the post-apocalyptic world. And so kind of find out she was shot in the leg, and like obviously she's wounded. And we come to find out that this thing is like a beacon, a tracker. So she literally has to sit there with a knife and carve it out of her leg. And just watching someone do that is excruciating. I can't even imagine having to deal with it, but it's crazy. It works like a tracker, so she has to. She ends up throwing it in a plastic bottle and sending it down the stream so that hopefully this thing will be deterred. Hi, buddy. My dachshund's coming over here. Hi, what you doing? And so hopefully it'll be deterred and follow it, which it does. And so it finds out, like it realizes quickly that it was, just basically a diversion. So it actually ends up tracking her. It has like this different fields of vision. Like it has like infrared. It has like night vision. It has like the one vision it turns on. It really lights up the blood splatters, and they're like bright white, and it follows this blood trail, and it chases her to a tree. So she climbs the tree, and this thing cannot get up the tree. So basically it decides it's going to camp out at the base of the tree and wait her out. Like, it's like, oh, she can't stay in this tree forever. But these things, apparently they run on power. I guess maybe, I don't know how that works exactly. Maybe it's like it takes solar regeneration. I'm not sure. But what she does is she sees that it's got this limited battery. So she sits in this tree, like, grossly fatigued. Very, like, wounded. So, I mean, even almost delirious, and blood loss, and just hasn't eaten, probably hasn't drank anything. And so she takes these candies out of her pocket, and she starts throwing them after it, like, powers down. She throws them one by one at this robot to make it, like, power back up, where it realizes, where it activates, it checks her out, and goes back into its hibernation mode. And so finally, she just keeps doing it, and it loses power finally. So she takes off running off this tree, and she finds a house, almost like a mansion, pretty much. She, jerry rigs her way inside. And there's like dead people inside. It looks like they've kind of killed themselves. She gets keys for their car, and like she goes to I guess like shower and use these facilities because the water's still running. Well, this robot reboots. What are you doing? And it comes, like, it had lost its arm when she put it over the cliff. Like, it had lost its arm, this robot dog thing, but it's still going. So as it reboots, it tracks her, and I'm trying to think, because again, there's blood and stuff, and it has like I don't understand how in the world it does this, but it tracks her to the house, and it hacks into the house. Like, its little robotic arm, it's like R2-D2 had an evil baby, and it's a metal dog that can take its little, it looks like a little screwdriver, press it into the gate system. It hacks into the security of the house, gets into the house, like unlocks the door, gets in, and it goes to the kitchen, and it ends up, like, this thing can, like, evolve and change, like, its appearance and stuff. So because it lost its arm, it gets up on the counter and gets a knife, and it, like, whirs it into its arm socket, like, by itself, to make it like its new appendage here. So she figures out it's in the house, and of course freaks out because this thing has followed her all this way. So she ends up, like, going to, like, almost like an art studio, or not even an art studio. It looks like, I guess these people had just bought the house and they were painting or repainting this room. So they get her into this, she gets it into this room, covers it with paint, and traps it, and then basically she traps it in a car, because she tries to run away. It follows her, and it gets in the car. She shoots it twice, and it's still going. Like, this thing, like, she has done everything she can to this thing, has, like, almost obliterated it, and it comes out with this like, I guess its fail-safe is in the top of its shell. It can emit, like, these bullets. So it like, it comes up and does like a ricochet, like almost like a buckshot is what it looks like, and it just it comes up and explodes, and it hits her like 5 times with trackers. And, like, now instead of being in her leg, like, one's like right here in her neck, one's like, there's some in her face, like, and all these are trackers. So the at this point she knows she can't win. She has a radio, like a walkie-talkie, and she radios these people who are also hiding, and tells them that to let the person that they were trying to help know that she loves them, and that, never forget her and all this stuff, and decides to kill herself. She slits her neck and kills herself. And as the camera pans out, you see like hundreds, almost, it seems, maybe thousands of those metal dogs. So not just that one that we've seen this whole time, but like tons of these like metal dogs. And I guess like their sole mission is to kill humans. And it's insane. Like, what in the world would cause this to happen? I don't know. But it does this. And finally, at the very end of the episode, it goes back to that cardboard box. It shows those dead bodies. It shows these metal dogs like walking through this warehouse, like past these dead bodies. And you see that box that they had found, which is call sign 95-DY42. And it has spilled out at this point, and you see the item that was so like worth sacrificing their life for, worth all this, tr- just being scared and putting their lives at risk for, was a teddy bear. And it's a replacement teddy bear for the one that I guess a kid had. It's for some maybe her son, someone else's child, I don't know. Whoever it was, obviously they're dying, and their teddy bear, they were trying to replace it. And it's soul, crushing almost, and it's sad, and oh gosh, it just, it hurt right there. So anyways, but yeah, that was Metalhead. Definitely thank you for watching. Big shout out to Area 51. I did another shout out for him in my previous video, but man, he's amazing. Check out his channel. He's just one of my absolute favorite new channels to watch. So check them out. Much love to you guys. Thank you for being a part of the channel, and thank you for humbling me constantly, and just being as supportive as you guys have been. I can't thank you enough. I will see you guys later and talk to you again. Bye, guys.